Very good afternoon. So today we have a nutritionist Shreyas who would be presenting us Vineeth's transformation. He would be taking us through the client's goals, the challenges that the client had on day one, how he was able to deal with those, and how he was able to set realistic goals and help client achieve the transformation. Over to you, Shreyas.
Yes, so good afternoon, everyone. Today's case study is about Vineeth, as Manpreet introduced. So he is our very old client from 1 year ago. And when he joined, he had a very clear mindset that his overall health was declining and he needed immediate help in terms of that. And as a result of his very hectic lifestyle, which included, you can say, long hours of working, sometimes which would even extend up till the nights. And he also had a habit of smoking and occasional alcohol intake, which he himself kind of pointed out that we need to work upon this. So it is very beneficial for us when somebody comes to us with a very clear mind that he needs to achieve a transformation, and that's exactly what we did. So let's see how exactly we achieved this. So this is the introduction, as you can see here, and this is the transformation picture. So as I said, his profile was that he's a corporate professional, 37 years old, and the case conductors were myself, Shaheen, and Nadru. Nadru was somebody who took his initial phase of trainings before he went abroad for higher studies. Then after that, it was taken over by Shaheen at the mid of the month. So you can see the overall details of the transformation. We started at 104 kgs and we reached at 93.9 by the end of 12th week. These are his fitness assessment reports. As you can see, the body measurements, there's a very big change. You can see from the neck he has lost around 1 inches, from the chest not much, because the muscle mass around his chest were more developed by the end of the 12th week. Also not much of a change in the arm size, as he also developed some muscle mass over there. Waist, there was a drastic decrease. Hip also, thighs as well as the calves. And you can see his blood pressure over here, where the diastolic phase kind of reduced by the end of the 12th week. And you can see his flexibility test. So he didn't have much of a flexibility issue. From the start itself, the body was pretty flexible. So this is fitness assessment evaluation, that his blood pressure readings were slightly out of range, which were normalized. His cardiorespiratory fitness was very poor because of the smoking habit. And also in the muscular endurance test, he could not perform all the exercises. Okay, but the flexibility was good overall. These are the challenge sets, as you can see here. The main challenge was to, of course, emphasize on quitting smoking so that his overall endurance improves, blood circulation in the body improves, which is essential for the overall fat loss journey. So you can see his overview of nutrition here. He used to eat 3 meals a day, and he prefers a traditional South Indian cuisine, as he belongs to Kerala. He had a very strong appetite, and he didn't have any much of a, you can say, specification, as in he likes a certain food or dislikes a certain food. He was open to options. His overall lifestyle was sedentary before coming here. His stress and sleep levels were all right. He was not much of a stressed person, despite his demanding job, and he used to get good 8 hours of sleep. You can see here the initial approach was very simple. There was no supplementations added in the first 2 weeks of the entire transformation, and we took the overall nutrition part of the transformation till the metabolic phase 2. these are his starting points, as you can see, which we do for almost every client. That we try to start them off with some kind of walking as well. That is at the night, you can see. So let's get into the overall progress week wise. So week 1 and week 2, you can see here we started him off with a very basic full body workouts. Okay. And on the week 2 also we kind of try to enhance the overall intensity of the workouts, focusing on endurance mainly. And these are his reports of the first 2 weeks. We started off at 104.6 kgs, as you can see here. And in the diet plan, it was very simple. It was created according to the current dietary recall that he was following at that point of time. So breakfast was 3 scrambled eggs. Lunch was simple, a medium bowl of rice, 150 grams of chicken. And he used to consume non-vegetarian food options like almost every day during the lunch. But I try to make him stick to chicken only. And snack options, he was not really into snacking, so just gave an option of coconut water, that too if he felt the need to. Then in the dinner, you can see it's just a very balanced meal. Same chicken which is prepared during the lunchtime, he kind of preferred having the same thing at night as well, so that he doesn't have to cook the meals twice. So it was very simple, as you can see. So in week 3 and week 4, you can see that in the workout point of view, we started with the lower body and upper body split. And by week 4, we also started adding this high intensity training on alternate days. That's in the cardio days. And these are his reports. By the start of the 3rd week, he had lost around 3.9 kgs. His weight came down to 101 by following a very strict diet that we had given in the beginning. And the approach for week 3 and week 4 was simple, to increase the overall protein content in the diet. So we added more 3 egg whites in the breakfast. In the lunch, we added more 50 grams of chicken, and we reduced the rice quantity. Also in dinner, we reduced the roti quantity and increased the chicken quantity. And also to control inflammation and ensure that his body is getting all the nutrients required for overall metabolic enhancement, we added multivitamin and a fish oil. And this is the workout split you can see over here. So now let's go on to week 5 and week 6. So in the week 5, week 6, the workout pattern was more or less the same, but more anti-inflammatory supplements were added. And also in the week 6, we observed that his endurance was improving drastically, as you can see the chart over here, right? And also his strength was improving. So that was a very positive sign for us. And at the start of week 5, you can see he had lost more 2 kgs. Okay, and in the diet plan, you can see that we added magnesium and curcumin. And the diet was kept exactly the same. Just by adding curcumin, we ensured that his liver health is improving, and also that he should get restful sleep at night. We added magnesium, and magnesium is also extremely important for improving testosterone levels and muscular contractions. So let's move on to the next part. That's week 7 and 8. Okay, and we followed the same split again, and we just tried to increase the intensity in the overall workout patterns over there. And by the start of week 7 and 8, you can see he had lost another 1 kg by then. And you can see the diet plan over here. So at this point of time, we introduced carbohydrate cycling during the dinner time. And also we increased the number of capsules of fish oil to further control inflammation. So, and also in the breakfast, we reduced the number of whole eggs. We like instead of 3 whole and 3 white, we moved to complete 6 egg whites, so that the overall calories of the diet are reduced so that we can accelerate the fat loss process a little bit more. So in the dinner part, you can see there is a change. So it was 5 days of no carbohydrates and 2 days of very low amount of carbohydrates. So let's move on to 9th and 10th week. So here the workout pattern changed again. We moved into push, pull and legs with HIIT on alternate days. Here we were not sticking to steady state cardio at all. And week 10 again he started progressing further in terms of strength. Okay, and in structural lift like deadlift and bench press. So at the start of week 9 and 10, you can see over here that he had lost more weight. He came down to 95.6. And at this point of time, he had made a plan of visiting to Shabrimala. So he wanted to follow a vegetarian diet just for the religious purposes. So we formulated a diet which was similar to the previous diet but with vegetarian protein sources. And since we were using a lot of paneer and the fat content is high, we ensured that the carbohydrate content is reduced even further so that the body can depend more on the ketosis part, you can say, for gaining energy from the overall diet. And we all know that through that process, we can ensure a little bit more fat. We can see an accelerated rate of fat loss. And also the supplementation was kept exactly the same. So let's move on to the next, the last 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, we observed that even his overall endurance had improved further more. And there was one challenge that he was not able to do the flexibility, although it was good, that it was chakrasana. He always needed some kind of a support. So he was able to perform that on his own. So he was really proud of that. So that was one major win that we achieved at the 11th week. And by the 12th week, we started seeing very concrete aesthetic changes in his body. So that's when we took that picture exactly. And you can see this was the final result. He had lost 2 more kgs at this point of time. And the diet was kept exactly the same. So this was the final weight, of course. And this was his overall transformation journey. And this is just a proof that when the overall team is aligned with the client's goal and the client is equally aligned, we can achieve very good success rate. And also by the end of the journey, he was able to quit his smoking addiction completely, because that was something we were keeping a check on him. And that's it. Thank you. So and also this is the review that he had given. You can see here he has appreciated his initial coach. Then also he has appreciated Shari and myself over it. Thank you.